Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Single Parents Podcast.
The show that is far from traditional.
If you like the show, don't forget to subscribe, share the podcast with a friend, and maybe even rate the show 5 stars on your favorite podcast hosting platform.
Here's a sneak peek for today's episode.
Chill vibes. We're just here for a good time, not a long time, and then we could go get some food. Hey, SPP listeners. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies and the MILFs out there. I have a very special guest today, and I'm super excited about it. This is my mommy MILF. She raised me. I came out of her. She grew me for 9 months. Crazy. And we have her here on the show today to spread some knowledge and just have a good old time. She had an adult bevy before we started because she was a little bit nervous, but she's excited to be here. Are you happy to be here?
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Indeed.
First of all, I want to ask, how are you doing on this rainy afternoon/evening?
I'm doing very well. Feeling good about myself. Slept in, had a good breakfast, did some cleaning, did some laundry, and then I got to come over and see my child, my grandson.
Oh, am I your favorite child?
Yes. She's my favorite girl.
And I'm the only
girl.
I'm the only girl. I'm her favorite daughter. But if you could name your top 3 kids in order, how would you rate us? Like who's your favorite?
I overanalyze everything. I don't understand your question.
I just
3 children.
I just mean like your 3 kids.
Yeah.
And you rate us in order from like best to worst, like 1, 2, 3.
From dancing abilities?
Nope, just
rate that?
No. Just like normal, everyday, like who's your favorite, the least favorite?
Well, you're not going to trap me in the who's my favorite. All 3 of them are. I have an oldest, a middle child, and a youngest, and I love them all the same.
Yeah, but the 2 older ones, hold on, wait. Oldest/middle child are twins. And how far are they apart?
32 minutes.
Wow, congratulations that you pushed them out.
Indeed, with a little help.
Yeah. But you crushed it, honestly.
Sure.
The woman body is just like insane. It's insane. Okay. So let's get started because I have some great questions for my mommy. We're going to have a great time. We're going to live. We're going to laugh. We're going to love. And also get a little bit deep because for those of you who don't know, which how would you know? Because I've never really talked about it too much on the podcast. Obviously, we know my single mom story. We know about Anthony's single dad story. But what you don't know is that I actually come from a household of divorced parents. So my mommy also has experience with being a single mom. So for the listeners, I'd love for you to give just a little bit of background for who you are, a little bit of like your single mom story. So give us a little bit of background on like your single mom story, challenges, all the good stuff.
Let's see. The hubby and I got married, I think it was 28 or 29. He was the same. Him and I are the same age. And so being in our late 20s, we thought, let's try to have kids. Because I didn't know if I could get pregnant or how long it would take. And so it turns out like we tried for a couple months and ended up with twins.
Bless. What a blessing.
What a blessing. So we hit the ground running with as far as raising children. My boys were 6 weeks premature. Had a little complication at delivery. So, but the boys did great. They were in the NICU unit for only 2 weeks. And they came home and it was a lot of work. Very exhausting, very rewarding. And, dad's still trying to go to work and I'm home. And so we had family members who came over and helped me because not only was I a new mom, but I was a new mom to 2 and they were premature. So thankfully the family all stepped in and helped give me some relief, some education, showing me their tricks that they learned. And so I was like, gosh, I don't know if I really want to be in a house with all boys. Like, maybe we should try again. Like, I said to the doctor, what are the odds of having natural twins, like having another set of twins? Because that was pretty rough road. And they said, the high risk guy said that it was only once did he see in his whole career, and he was an older fella that he saw two sets of twins.
An older fella?
Fella.
Wow.
So, so we decided to go for it. And we ended up going on vacation, a little getaway from the twins, the whole thing for a very long weekend kind of thing. And we
To where? To where?
Jamaica, and we came home with a bun in the oven.
You guys, I was conceived in Jamaica.
So, because I was high risk in the twins thing, I got ultrasounds earlier than average. And so we wanted to know as soon as they could tell if male or female. And it was kind of cute that, I wanted a girl because I didn't want to be the only woman in the house. But dad, the technician said, oh, it's a girl. Congratulations. He's like, check again. Look, are you sure? Because he was.
Wait, so you're saying that dad didn't want me at first?
No, he did. But he wanted a girl and he didn't want to get himself.
Oh,
And
I thought you meant like he was upset that I was a girl.
Oh, no. He wanted a girl, and he wanted, before he got his hopes up, he wanted, could you check again? I want to make sure, because he wanted his little angel child, his little princess.
That's so cute.
So yeah, he has his two boys and his little girl. So perfect family. So yeah, as the years went on, what's tough? 3 kids. And we're trying to make a living, and we both had careers and starting businesses and working in corporate America, and a lot of stress. And so we just really kind of drifted apart. And so I ended up, when little Jessie was 3 years old, I ended up filing for divorce. And but we still, lived in the same neighborhood, very close. And so we were pretty amicable about sharing custody. If the kids wanted to hang out with dad, go ahead. If kids want to hang out with mom, go ahead. And so it worked out very well. So now we're perfectly get along. We're going on a family vacation this fall, all of us.
Yeah, we are actually. All of the kids, everything. It's gonna be like the Wild West. We're going to Universal Studios in Orlando, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So it'll be fun. So we go to family functions together. I still, crash the in-laws' weddings and baby showers and whatnot. So we're all one big happy family. So it's all fine.
Do you feel like it was always fine though? Like I feel like
Yeah.
there's definitely some challenges that came along with like co-parenting because it wasn't all like sunshine and rainbows. Like there definitely was a lot of fighting that happened. Like
Well,
especially during the transition, and there was like custody battles at times.
yeah, and I had a corporate job, and I'm an accountant, so month end closes. The kids used to say, I said, I have to work tonight. It's month end close. One of the boys said to me, Mommy, it's always month end close, which any accountant out there knows that you're either getting ready for close, going through the close, or cleaning up things after the close. Anyway, there was challenges, and I had a pretty decent commute to my job. So, in the snowy days in winter Chicago, there was challenges of picking them up at the after school programs. I would ask him, I'm supposed to pick up the kids, but I'm stuck in traffic because it's snowing. Can you get them? And a couple times he refused to go, and so I had to have the neighbors come. And so it was frustrating from that perspective, trying to meet the demands of being in 3 places at the same time. Not so easy. Keeping the house clean with 3 kids, 2 dogs, um, challenging, but made it through.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely can relate, because of this single parenthood era of mine with Grayson and all. But it's really hard to like maintain the house and work a full day, pick up your children, come home, cook dinner, make sure the dogs are taken care of, the house is clean, the dishes are done, the laundry's done, toys are put away, like all of the things. And then you still have to take care of yourself. You're like, okay, now I need to brush my teeth and take a shower and wash my hair and whatever else needs to get done. And then you fall asleep exhausted and you wake up the next day and you're like, all right, let's freaking do it all again. What do you feel like the biggest challenge was for you when it came to single parenthood?
Maintaining a level of stamina, because the day in, day out, it's the same thing. End of the day, you're exhausted. Get up, do it again. You're working 5 days a week, and then on the weekends, we shared custody on the weekends. He had him one weekend, I had him the next. So I really cherish the weekend where he had them, because I literally would go into isolation mode, like crawl into a cave, don't say hello to the neighbors, and just kind of regroup. And that's actually how I recharge myself, is to go and kind of be very introverted and just hang out by myself, be with my own thoughts, and kind of become level-headed again.
I know you actually do need the break to like become level headed. I'm almost like jealous in that sense because I know that every non traditional household or every single parent household, not all the time, but some of the time, it's like a shared custody type thing, like week on, week off, or a couple days, like you split the custody. Whereas like my situation is completely different, like literally no dad. Rip, rip. Yeah, no, literally no dad. So, like, in the era of having no break, your only break is going to bed at night, and that's it. Or, like, when they're napping. And then, like, on the weekends, you are like, okay, I need to spend the most time possible with them, but it's your only time to really get shit done at the house. And when they take a nap, if they're still young enough to take a nap, you're like, okay, freak, I need to take a nap, like, when they nap.
Mhm.
So it's like, I'm almost jealous in that sense because being on 100% of the time is so tough. And for me, I know like we talked about this a lot, and I mean, I still struggle with this, but I know that I have actually greatly improved. I'm the type of person that doesn't really like to ask for help. And, my mom tells me that like, I need to ask her to like watch Grayson so I could go out and do things. Like I pretty much almost like never go out with my friends, to be honest. Um, Not really going out on dates or like anything like that. Like I feel like I just never do anything because it requires me to have to ask somebody else to watch Grayson. And I've since gotten so much better because now I actually do ask. But before, I think I felt like a huge sense of guilt because I am Grayson's solo, like only parent. And, you know, with my story and thinking about how his dad didn't want to be involved from the beginning, and I was like, yep, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through this journey of single parenthood. I'm strong enough, like mentally I'm there, financially, like I can do it all. Like I totally felt like I was capable. I was just like fine with it, like I was like, this is just my fate and I feel okay with it. I really accepted what my future was about to be. And I feel like people like ask me a lot of the time. They were like, "Are you nervous? Are you scared?" I'm like, "Not really." I just like didn't feel like that. I just felt like I could do it. Like I didn't really like doubt myself. Sure, it's like a little bit scary, but I also know that like being a mom has been like one of my ultimate dreams like my whole life. So anytime that Grayson wasn't under my care, I felt guilty because I feel like this is the life that I chose and I should be responsible for him 100% of the time. Like I shouldn't, I mean, I never really went out and partied anyway.
Well, but knowing me being a single parent, I made myself available, and I love the little infants, and most people are afraid of the little infants.
Oh my God, she loves them. That is like where she thrives. I mean, like running around toddlers, hard, but the infants, my gosh, she like showed me, she was like, look, I could like do it with like one hand, like feeding him, like it was some sort of freaking magic
Yeah,
trick.
Jessica, the twins, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could. She's fussy. I'm gonna rock her in the car seat with one hand, and I got the vacuum going in the other. I'm like, this is a piece of cake.
I know, you were crushing the motherhood thing.
Knowing being a single parent myself, I tried it as much as I could when Grayson was little to be available
Right.
and to come over. And, I'd have some days I work part-time in customer service and it's pretty brutal. And I'd go over there. I'm like, give me little Grayson, little tiny Grayson. And he'd lay on my chest. And I said, this is medicine to me.
Heals her.
Oh my gosh, to have a little child in your arms and he's just at peace and that brings me peace. And Jessie can go off and do whatever she needs to do. And I just loved it.
Yeah. Well,
So-
also, like, Grayson wasn't even like a tough infant. It's not like he was colicky and like crying all the time. Like, he legit would just lay and snuggle, and he still likes to snuggle now. Like, he's a huge snuggle bug.
Very easy, baby.
Yeah. And he's like, I mean, you think he's a good boy now?
He's a good
He is a good
boy. He's
boy.
always a good boy.
He's my kid, so it's whatever. Of course he's a good boy. All right. When you're going through your single parenthood era, I mean, I guess you still are. I guess you never remarried. She's in her hating men era. And that's okay. Okay. Fuck the men. Welcome. Honestly, to all of the boss babes out there, like, I guess you don't really need a man for me personally. But to each their own. If
You're
you're
young. I'm an old lady now. So.
okay, no, but like some girls like my age, they're like, no, man is good enough. And then they don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, seriously.
When I was young, after I got divorced, I thought there was a couple potentials out there.
Like you're the bachelorette.
It just worked out. No, I got 3 kids and I have twin boys roaming around. And it was like, oh, this is maybe too much for me. It's nice meeting you, Barb, but I'm gonna move on. Okay.
Yeah, but I feel like that, I also experienced that, like, because a lot of people are like, you're a single mom, freak, no, I do not want to be with you. And I feel like that's fine because for me personally, I talk about how it just like gets rid of all the losers first.
Well, right. It's a good filter to
No, it is. It's
screen
good.
out the
Yeah.
Yeah.
The deadbeats.
instead of wasting your time.
Yeah, no, it's good. Like, and I always was upfront, like it with like the dating era and like being on apps and meeting guys and whatever. Like, I was always like, I have a kid. They're like, oh, like you're really pretty. Can I have your phone number? I'm like, son, I have a son, just so you know.
Can you
Before you go any further.
That online dating thing started back when I was,
Yeah, but yours is different. Like
Wait, wait.
eHarmony.
and my little description said I have 3 kids, and they're like, pass.
No, that's how like my Hinge and like Bumble profile was. It's like, I have a son. And I'm like 25, like 25, and I like have a son.
Good way to filter out the.
I don't even think like men want kids until they're like 35 nowadays.
Seems so.
Yeah, no, like guys don't even want to like some men don't even want to get into a relationship until they're like 35 and then they're ready to get married and have kids. But like even guys that I've met that are like 30 years old are like still just fucking around and they don't care.
They'll probably do it the rest of their lives. They just never really
What losers.
settle down.
See, but like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody's in their own little journey, but that just could never be me. But everybody has different aspirations. Like, I always wanted to be a mom and have a family and like be the soccer mom. Oh my God, I can't wait until I could fill my Yeti cooler and bring it to like baseball practice. Yes.
It's because she got dragged to all the t-ball practices and all the soccer practices and the football.
I feel like it didn't
She
bother
was a
me.
trooper.
Yeah, I just,
Out, played in the rocks, and did whatever.
yeah, I don't know. I just like feel like I
She's easygoing. That's why her son's so easygoing, because she's so easygoing.
I mean, in certain things, I'm easygoing. Other things, I'm actually a psychopath. But
That didn't develop till later.
yeah.
Maybe
Okay.
the hormones kicked in. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't really know, but I still feel really chill about a lot of things. Like I just feel like it's fine. Like it's whatever, not that big of a deal. Anyway, so my question for you is like during your single parent era, obviously we just talked about a bunch of challenges that goes along with that. Was there ever a time where you felt like you were sacrificing so much and you're like, oh my God, nobody is seeing and noticing like what I'm sacrificing for my kids? Like, what was that thing that you were like, this is what I'm sacrificing the most? And you felt like nobody saw what you were sacrificing? Sanity?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, just the exhaustion, the always having, you're on that hamster wheel and you just have to keep going every day, every day, every day.
What's the thing you say? Burning the candle at both ends?
Yes. I used to lecture her all the time. You're burning.
No, she still does. Yeah, I don't even know why she said she used to. She still does that.
you some relief. You're burning the candle at both ends.
No, she's definitely gonna tell me this like next week or something like that. She tells me all the time. I don't know why you are acting like it's from the past.
That it was like continual. Like I'm burning the candle at both ends. And it's coming in, and I'm losing my stamina, my strength to get through it. How am I going to get through it? And honestly, part of it was my faith that got me through it.
I was just about to ask, like, what was the thing that
If I
really
didn't
got
have
you?
my faith, I don't know where I'd be right now.
See, but I feel like that wasn't until recently, though. Like, I feel like when we were younger, it was like different. I feel like you didn't even know how to get through. Now it gets you through, but like back then,
But you didn't know what I'd be doing while you were all sleeping.
I guess that's true.
You know, I used to do this with them. I was like a little bird that loved to have her babies in the nest with her. So as a single mom, I'd come home, we'd all have our baths, and then it was TV time and then pass out. And so we had a pretty decent sized house. They all had their own rooms.
Yeah, no, it was a
We-
big house. It's actually, when I think about houses now, like, it's like a good, like, almost like upper middle class, I feel, because everything is like so expensive. So we had a really, really nice house
Yeah.
growing up. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, right?
Bedrooms, and it's really a 5, but we turned the 5th one into our little study off the master bedroom.
Oh, wait, I didn't know that. Oh my God.
So-
Come on, rich.
But I had, when we're winding down for night, it was TV time. And so, and the boys, they did have their own room, but then they wanted to sleep in the same room. So we just put the twin beds in one room. So we had an empty room. That was the toy room.
They're besties. They're still besties from
But-
Resty.
You guys like to be around mommy too. So I had this leftover king size bed, and Jessie was so sick all the time when she was little that we just she slept next to me. So I knew that her congestion wasn't getting out of control. And but so anyway, I had an air mattress that I blew up for the boys, and they're in front of the TV, and Jessie's next to me, and I got to wind down. So I had my like own time because they're kind of watching TV, but I knew exactly what they're doing, their needs,
Yeah.
if they weren't feeling well, or if they needed to get up and use the bathroom or whatever, or they had to ask me questions. We wanted to have family chat time. I used to have family meetings with them when they're behaving.
Yeah, they were called family meetings.
Let's go to have a family meeting about the little episode that happened outside. But I liked that comfort of I know where they're at, I know what they're doing, I know their needs are met, and I could just chill. So I always said it was like I'm the mama bird, and I got my birds in the nest, and I could see them all right here in the same room. So we had this big house with all these bedrooms, and we all slept in one room.
Well, I actually remember that so vividly. I remember like us being in bed and Nick and Anthony were literally like right in front of the bed
Mhm.
on the floor.
Mhm.
And I remember that especially like when they were sick. I remember that super vividly. But yeah, we would all just like be in there, and then you had your like little makeup area and the TV, and
Yep.
then the bathroom was right there.
And
Like,
we had our favorite Disney videos, movies
yeah,
we watched over and over again. I loved them just as much as they did.
yeah. Wait, that's actually like such a good memory. I feel like I never really like thought about that, but it was like I feel like we even now, but like, well, maybe not Nick and Anthony now, but like back then, like I feel like we relied on you like so much. Like we were like, mommy this, mommy that, mommy this, mommy that. And I feel like Grayson has that same thing, but I also just feel like he doesn't really have another option, you know? I'm his only option to get super attached to.
But that is true even if you're a married couple or living together. I mean, the kids want the mom. I mean, that's our intuition. That is
Like
how
the-
we're created. We are the nurturers.
I
They're
was
the
going to
caregivers.
say nurturing.
So, they're naturally drawn to their mothers.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. Not all moms are like,
Well, right. Some of them have the knack and some don't. They have the inner feeling or they don't.
the
But I
knack.
would say you and I are in tune with our children.
What do you feel like people don't understand about single motherhood?
Maybe a little judgmental, like, well,
Mhm.
you made this choice, right? You could have stayed married. But part of mine was, we had drifted apart, and I'm like, well,
It just kind of like wasn't working, you know?
yeah, you're either sending a message, right? Because I grew up in a family. I mean, my parents loved each other and they were married till they passed. But I would say there are times that they were pretty drifted apart, and kind of went their own way mentally, their own hobbies, what they like to spend their time doing, and they just kind of coexisted in the same house. So I was concerned. Well, I didn't want my kids seeing two people coexisting under the same roof, but really not a unity of one, as husband and wife. So I think either way, you either make the decision to move on and maybe find another love, or you stay and your parents are together but separate. Because that's kind of how I felt with my parents. They were together but separate. Maybe when I was, grade school, I didn't understand it, but high school, I think I kind of noticed. And then certainly when I went off to college and came home, and then afterwards, when I was an adult myself, living on my own, I'd come back and I didn't feel that they were lovey dovey. I mean, they weren't the ones like holding hands and whatnot.
But do you feel like, so like with them being kind of almost like roommates, is that for like a certain period of time, or did you feel like they were just constantly like that? Like it was just two roommates living together that maybe like didn't seem like there was a lot of love between them? Because I feel like sometimes there's this huge misconception that like your relationship always has to be perfect and you always have to be in love, but I feel like relationships go through seasons.
Yes.
So like there could be, I mean, I don't, for me personally, I don't know, but like I don't know how long it would last. Like, is it going to be like a month where you're like, damn, this is just a bad season, like we're just like not getting along, like we're not like lovey-dovey and whatever? Or like does it have to go on for like a really, really long time before you're like, okay, I guess it's just time, like we're not
Well,
matching
I mean,
puzzle
it can't
pieces?
go
Or
on for years, like I feel like it did with my parents, but
oh, years.
yeah. But again, to get even deeper, their parents, they both came from divorced. And the fathers, my grandfathers, were not in the picture at all. So I believe that with them experiencing having single mothers, and this was back in the 30s and 40s, with my grandmas being single. It was even more judgmental, tough, trying to support your kids and whatnot. But thank goodness they both had family to support them mentally as well as maybe helping out with the kids. But um, I think that that's what drove them to stay together no matter what. If they were, somewhat unhappy or greatly unhappy, but they were not gonna get divorced. And then I think it was seasons. By the time they hit retirement, they were both living their dream, moving out to Arizona. And so I think it kind of like goes a little bit in cycles. They came from single parents, so they wanted to stay together no matter what. And I never had this conversation with them, so I'm probably putting words in their mouths. But uh then I come along and I'm like, well, gosh, I saw my parents coexisting under the same house. Do I really want that, or do I want to try to find, you know, another
A
relationship?
suitable bachelor.
Or yeah. So obviously I chose to not. But I just think it kind of part of how we approach whether we choose to stay married or get divorced comes from our own childhood and our experience from our parents and grandparents. So
Do you feel like, I don't even know how to like word this in a good way, but I'm thinking about like me being a single mom and you being a single mom. Do you think that maybe if you're saying it like had apparently run in the family a little bit, do you think there could be a relation there with like single parenthood? Like I watched you be a single mom, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a single mom.
I don't really think it's a pattern like from you to me kind of thing. I just think it was circumstances, situation, and kind of how things evolved, and you know, changing times out there. I mean, how things were in the early 1900s is certainly not what it is in 2026. So there's also that society changes that impact all of this as well.
I mean, like people have like different morals and ethics and stuff when it comes to like some of the decisions that they make in their life, and I, my like biggest decision, arguably, not really arguably, biggest decision I ever had to make in my life was like, am I choosing life or am I not? And like I remember like maybe contemplating it for like a second, but I was like, I could never do that. I just could never.
Yeah.
I would never forgive myself. Even if like his dad is such a deadbeat and I was like, all right, like I'm not gonna get child support, I'm gonna do it all on my own. Like I just would never forgive myself if I chose to move forward with terminating the pregnancy.
Well, and I don't know if you remember, but we had talked about it when she was way little. I mean, old enough to talk about babies and whatnot, but maybe in high school I started talking to you about it.
Mhm.
But I said, don't ever be afraid. If something happens, come talk to your father and I. You don't have to be afraid. Because there are some people that,
I definitely was afraid though.
who really?
Yeah, I mean, because it's like,
'Cause
it's
we had
embarrassing.
I had already planted the seed. Like, don't be afraid. Like, we talked about it when you were in high school. Like, if something happens,
Yeah, but it's like embarrassing. I mean, like I was a grown adult. I was what, 23 or 24 when I got pregnant. And it's like embarrassing to be like, hey mom, I had unprotected sex. Like, just so you know, I had unprotected sex and I'm sexually active. But like, well, also I just feel like we're really open about those things anyway, but it's like kind of embarrassing because it's like I made this mistake basically. Like I made this really, really, really big mistake and now like my whole life has changed. So it's scary in that aspect, you know? Like how do you
it's not that it's like your life has ended. Your life has changed. And yes, did you hit a fork in the road and so it took a dramatic twist to the left or right versus going straight? Yeah. But I would never say that, it was a terrible, your life was over because
No, I never felt like my
look at
life.
Noah, he's just so darn cute.
No,
A
he's
gift from the God.
yeah, no, he's a huge blessing. I don't feel like my life got like worse in any way. I think my life has really only gotten better and more fulfilled, honestly. Like he is a true blessing and the biggest blessing in my life I've ever received, honestly. Like cuz like I was actually just talking about this with coworkers today. A lot of people struggle to get pregnant. Like,
Mhm.
it's like a big thing, like, people really, really struggle, like, they wanna be a parent so bad and they just can't. So they have to go forth with, different types of medical procedures and things like that, or, like, adopting or, people can get pregnant and then sometimes they just have a bunch of miscarriages and it's just, whatever the issue is, and it only took me one time.
Mhm.
It literally took me one time and I'm like, "This is this it was chosen for me," you know?
Right.
It was like, this was his will
Mhm.
and this is what he wants for me. And I took it and I ran with it, honestly. I took it and I ran with it. And now like Grayson is just like the best. He's the best. Like he really like has changed me in so many ways. Like if you could describe like me as a mom, like what would you say?
I would say she's a more qualified parent than me. I got into this. I got 2 babies at once, and they were premature. I'm accountant. Um, their hi her father is in the financial background too, what he took in school. Um, what do we know about parenting?
But that doesn't matter.
She
Like I just
No, she hit the ground running from her, education being a teacher. Like, she already knew stuff that I had to.
but I feel like that doesn't mean that you're like not qualified. Like I feel like anybody some I don't know. I would
It comes natural to you because
yeah, but it's also because like I studied it for many, many years.
thus you made the natural transition to being a parent yourself as opposed to the teacher.
But Nick and Anthony and I turned out just fine.
Oh, I don't know about that. No, I'm kidding. No. Um, but I would say it was a lot more study and research, seeking out professionals who knew more than me and being open minded. Using discernment when they recommended this. Like, did I feel comfortable with that was the right approach to take? Or talking to dad, what do you think? Um, but I just feel like she naturally progressed into this and came easy to her. This whole parenting thing where it was more trial and error for me. I mean, I had it way down pat by the time she came, but um, I would say that I struggle with um, handling situations appropriately. Took a little bit more trial and error.
Yeah, but like the average person like doesn't know.
I know.
I feel like you need to give yourself more grace because like the average person just like doesn't know, and I still don't even know sometimes. It's literally just it's all because I went through like education and teaching and did all my child development classes and like fell in love with it. Like I just love like kids and developing in their brains. Like I'm so into it. And I mean, there are so many people that just like want to be a mom, but like, they're nervous. Like when I think about like Melanie, my cousin, she like, she's pregnant right now. And so she's like, oh, she's like, I'm nervous. Like, am I going to be a good mom? And like,
I think a lot of it comes naturally, like you didn't know
yeah,
you had it in you.
yeah, you just like do it.
Like, how did I know to
Yeah,
do
you're
that?
like in fight or flight
Mhm.
mode. You just kind of like know. Like, I feel like, and that's what I told her. I was like, you're just going to know what to do.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the right thing. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be stressing about it, you're just gonna know what to do, and it's gonna be the right thing, and everything is gonna end up just fine.
Mhm.
And when you have questions, you just, like, ask the pediatrician, or you can ask me or whatever.
Or you can go to YouTube.
Yeah, you can. I
I
mean,
mean,
you
you
can
can as long as you
well, the thing is that, like, it's not always specific for your child.
right. Right.
It's, like, very general, generic, so if you're having a very specific issue with your child I mean, but also, like, the pediatrician is there to, whatever, but, like
Or I sought out a child psychologist,
do
who
you feel like that helped?
I think tremendously. And it
Yeah.
really was more
It's more for
teaching me than the kids. I'd say, "Oh, the kids did this and I reacted this way or dad reacted that way," and, you know, and then the kids reacted this to my reaction. So we our sessions were really talking through the scenarios and how I could have handled it better or how I handled it appropriately or whatever. He was giving me feedback because he's a child
and
psychologist. He knows all kinds of kids and behaviors, so I think it was kind of putting me in training as to
but that's good, like,
fine tuning my parental skills.
you, like, sought out help when you
Yes.
needed the help, whereas, like, me, like, I don't feel like I need
But you
to.
don't need to
I
because
just, like, don't feel like it. Like, I just feel like any challenge that I come across, like, I can usually figure it out myself by just, like, opening up one of my old books, or I could just look it up and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't really think of that." Like, Grayson was in his headbanging era, and so, like, for me, as, like, somebody who went through education, I know that he, um, is having, like, high impact sensory issues, and so, like, when he's having too many emotions, like, he can't express it because he doesn't say his words very well, so, like, he looks for high impact, um, pressure and sensory, like, output. He used to bang it on the floor, on the walls and stuff, and so I was like, "Oh," like, I'm trying to think about, like, some of the things that I would have done with my students who also seek out those high impact pressure things, high impact sensory, and they have, like, these things at the school, like crash pads that the kids literally just jump on. And so I mean, those are expensive as heck, and it's not gonna fit in my house. So I just got, like, a beanbag chair, and it, like, totally works. Or, like, I give him a fuzzy blanket, and, like, anytime he's having a tantrum, I, like, try to hug him really, really tight. If for those of you who don't know, like, if you just, like, put pressure and tension on the bones, it'll help, like, calm down your child, but don't force him to do it. They have to be, like, willing to, like, have, like, a bear hug and stuff. So, like, that's what I do. He, like, snuggles up in me, I wrap him really tight in his blanket, and then I start, like, lowering my voice, and then I start to speak really, really slowly, so it requires him to calm himself down so he could hear what I'm saying. I used to also, like I'm just, like, being a nerd here, but, like, with teaching too, like, anytime I noticed that my kids weren't, listening, I'd be like, "I wanna tell you what I'm going to tell you in a whisper in your ears, but you have to listen for the specific word, and if you hear me say this word, you're gonna do XYZ," or whatever it is. That's just like a, like, simple thing, like,
I
maybe
didn't
I
know
should.
how to do that. I should have tried it on the boys a million times, but
Yeah, but, like, it just yeah, you, like, don't know, and the average person doesn't, like, you're not supposed to know that. You're not. I just feel like you're so hard on yourself, or, like, anybody who compares, like, how I handle things versus how they would handle things, like, you're not supposed to know. You didn't study many, 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 many years and have many, many, many years of experience to just, know what to do. So I just feel like that's fine, you know? Okay, I wanna switch it up a little bit. Let's have a little bit more fun instead of being so deep and stuff. I wanna know, um This might be a hard question because I know we have so many great memories together. But if you could think of like one of your greatest memories with us where you're like, fuck, like this is just it. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this is just like such a good memory. Like, is it
For
one?
us, the three of you?
No, for me.
Oh, for
Just
you?
oh, don't make that face. Right?
Because I had something in mind, and I'm like, oh, well,
You could do both. You could share
okay.
with all the kids together and then just me.
Okay. Okay, for the three of them. The boys were in Cub Scouts, and so they have the dozen with dinos at
Mhm.
the Museum of Science. No, the Natural History
Field Museum.
Field Museum.
It was the Field Museum.
Yes, field. So the sleepover at the Field Museum. So I went with Nick, Anthony, and Jessica. She was little. She got to come with me. And the boys were quite shy when they were younger. And so we worked a lot. The child psychologist encouraging me to get them in things where they would feel safe. They didn't have to perform, a sports kind of thing. So we did Cub Scouts. And it was a lot of ups and downs with their fear of being out in public. But mommy was right by him, and Jesse was there as a trooper. Anyway, so we went dozing with the dinos, and I really was unsure how they'd be because we're sleeping overnight. It just wasn't a couple-hour thing. And I knew that we had achieved, they had come out of their shell and feeling comfortable because the lights went down. We were all supposed to be going to sleep. And then the boys got their flashlights out, and all the boys went running around the areas and went to check out where the Indian girls were. It wasn't Girl Scouts, it was Indian something or other. And then my little guys got up there with a flashlight and had fun with their friends. And I was elated. Like Jessie's here next to me. She's having the time of her life. And I could take a deep breath because the boys are actually out in a social setting and having the time of their life. So that was really one of my favoriteest of the three of them. Now, Jessie girl, my neighbor, started at a dance studio with her little girls because she had all girls. And
She has like 5 girls.
they're all grown up now.
Yeah.
But so I'm like, I think I'm going to get Jessie into dance and see how she likes being a little ballerina. So 4 years old, I started her dancing. And I'm telling you, this girl took off. She was like one of the best dancers. Very
Okay, but like I feel like you're like biased because you're my parent. Because I feel like dad used to do that too. He was like, "You're the best one on stage. Like you had to smile the whole time."
They
Like,
wouldn't have invited you to be part of the dance company, and you had to try out, and there was auditions, and you passed with flying colors, and you made it at earlier ages than the other girls, going up to the next level, the higher company. So she was pretty good. And
there
so
were people who were better.
of course,
Yeah.
but there were a lot worse. But anyway,
T.
but I loved being the dance mom, going to all her, classes, hanging out in the hallway, watching her dance. And then all the recitals and the practices, on stage, and then the recital pictures and trying on the costumes and trying to.
Oh my god, my mom would drive me freaking nuts during pictures. I mean, like not so much when I was little, but as I got older, when I was in high school, and she'd be like, "No, fix your hair, fix your makeup." I'm like, can you not?
Well,
I'm
that's how she
grown up.
became an expert with doing hair and makeup because of the dances. All her friends all her dancer friends asking her to do their hair and makeup. So she became a little expert at
Do you
it.
remember the one time, like when my hair was in like a ballet bun for one of my pictures, and I had one strand that was like out, and like I was about to go in, and instead of hairspraying it, you were like, "Come here."
I pulled it.
Before the hair, it was literally one strand. It was one strand because my hair was like we would say like it's shellacked back already. So like we didn't like wispies and stuff. Like the dance company especially didn't really like when we had wispies. Like we had to look clean cut and whatever. Like that was just what the rule was. And she had already shellacked my hair back in a really nice bun, and there was one singular hair just out, and she said, "All right, Go in for the pictures, honey.
So I just loved being that dance mom. Like that was Jesse and I's time. And I liked being a part of the group there and knowing what she was doing, who she's hanging out with, and the environment.
All
she's-
nice friends. Like
I
I
just
wasn't like
really loved it.
problematic. I never got involved with like the wrong people. Like I truly always had like good friends. And like my dance friends were all good. Like they were just good. Like nobody was bad, honestly.
So that is my favorite time looking back the corridor of time with little Jessie. Well, she's a big girl now, but I call her Honey Pie and Big Girl ever since she was little.
I'm 29 and she still calls me that.
Big Girl Pie. Anyway, that is my favorite time. With all that time I spent with her with the dance activities was really phenomenal.
So that's your favorite.
Yeah,
Just like anything to do with dance.
100%.
She lived through me vicariously because she used to be a lassie.
I was a Scottish dancer. Instead of pom poms, we had lassies that performed at halftime for football and basketball. And so, yeah, I had my little kilt and I was the co captain senior year. And
Ooh, did that help you get all the boys? Did you bring all the boys to your yard or what?
oh, I didn't have a lot of boys, but it's.
Don't be humble.
No, I didn't.
Don't be humble. It's okay. The boys liked her.
Well, I don't know. There seems to be those stragglers out there that just really are just
Hooked on you.
hooked on me.
Hooked on her still to this day. It's crazy.
But, just friends.
Not even friends. Ignored. Ignored.
Yeah. But anyway, I would say the boys like participating in their sports, trying to get them to play football and soccer and t-ball. T-ball was pretty fun. But they really did not like going. So it was a challenge. It was stressful. Are they going to get out there and play? Are they going to, have a fit and we'll have to go home early or what? And Jessie was just chilling, just watching her dance away.
Yeah, and I always enjoyed it. Like I never was like, I want to stop doing this. Like I always wanted to dance more and like add more classes and learn more and whatever. So I just like always did it. And I even did it throughout college, after graduation. Like it just like it was my whole life, honestly.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like one simple thing, just like putting me in a dance class changed my whole life.
Yeah.
Crazy. You helped me so
But I
much,
didn't
mommy.
pressure her. Dad and I were like, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to do it. If you don't want to do this next year, you don't have to do it. We never were, you have to do this. You have to perform.
No, I
Never like that.
Well, no, I always just wanted to do it. Okay, so like we talked about me dancing and we talked about like a little bit of my teaching stuff. And I feel like my whole identity is like teaching and dancing and being a mom now. But before I had Grayson, my whole identity was like being a teacher and dancing. Did you ever like envision me going down a different path or like let's just say like I never started dancing and I never was a teacher. What would you envision me doing? That's a tough question.
That is
Like, what do you think I'd be good at? Some of my coworkers say I'd be a great supervisor because I'm super organized, but
supervising what and like what field.
you're
I
telling me.
I honestly couldn't see you like being a nurse. Couldn't see you out there working road construction.
Yeah, no, that's not for me.
Well, being outdoors, and I wouldn't say you were like mechanically inclined that you'd be working on cars or fixing radios. I don't know, honey. I thank God our neighbor started dance with the
I guess
dancers.
I was just destined to be like a dancer and an educator and now a mom. Like I just feel like really good about the outcome of like everything.
Yeah, she was a student teacher in dance too, and I could tell how she was with the little ones. I'm like, oh, she's a natural. Like, I
Yeah,
just
I don't know. I
knew
guess
there
I was just
something to teach it.
I was just always like so good at it and I like loved babysitting. Like I was just good at being around the kids. I just always really liked it. I don't know.
And babysitting, people loved her as watching the little ones. So it was just destined to be.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my calling and now I have a child of my own.
Mhm.
It's crazy. It's crazy how things change. We're like similar. Do you feel like we're similar?
Yeah.
Do you feel like we're like a lot similar or like a little bit?
She is a controlling
Tendency?
tendency.
Mhm.
like her mother. But I think that kind of comes with like being a single parent. Like, well, if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it. So then you kind of
I guess that is true. I like don't like to wait for other people to do it. I'd rather
I'll
just
just
like
do it.
I'll just do it and I'll just get it
I'm
done.
not going to ask 5 times. I'm just going to get it done.
Yeah, like I feel like, and I'm like that in like a lot of ways, like so many ways. Like I think like almost all decisions, I'm like, I just like don't want to have to wait for it. I just want to get it done, and that's it. You know, like
Yeah,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I find that with my work through the years,
Yeah,
even to this day. Okay, I'm just going to do it.
yeah, I do
Because
that
it
at work.
needs to get done.
No, I do that at work too. It's so bad. It's like so bad. Like I do that same thing where I'm just like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna do it right, and I'm not gonna have to wait for anybody else and like have to check and whatever. It's like
Yeah.
that's
So
crazy. Was there ever a time where you were like an instance where you were like, oh my gosh, my daughter's turning into a mini me?
a mini me.
Yeah, like was there ever a time
Um,
where like it like clicked in your brain and you were like, this is my daughter? It could have happened when I was young. I don't know. Because we are very similar, like with some of our tendencies and like
Well, I'll tell you, I wouldn't be able to get out on a stage and dance. Now, her first performance when she was 4 years old, she was Shirley Temple. So there's her first time on stage. And I finally had perfected getting her hair between the rehearsals and pictures previously. And then I had it perfect. Curls were perfect for performance on stage. And little Jessie freaked out her first time on stage. And she went like this, turned around, she wouldn't dance at all. So
and I went to Miss Fran off stage.
Miss Fran walked you off the stage.
Yeah.
And then I went to go get her because my little girl was crying.
I was so scared.
But and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's me because I'm not a public speaker. This is a big deal for me being on here. Um, I'm more shy, quiet. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she's going to turn into me. But then after that first year, there was no stopping her. She's out there, la stage, no shyness. So from that perspective, like being okay with the attention on you, that you and I are opposites.
I feel like I'm a really good public speaker now. Like I can speak really well, like even at like Melanie's baby
Confidence.
shower. Like I just feel like I speak so well. Somebody even complimented me. They were like, wow, you've got a great voice. Are you a teacher? I'm like, well, I was. I'm just really good at speaking in front of people, I feel.
But from other aspects like this, we make our little to-do list, things we want to accomplish and enjoy crossing them off when they're done.
Yes,
And
I do. I make so many
Maybe-
checklists.
she's probably a better cook than I am, but
I just follow
I
recipes.
just feel like you're a little mini me.
I am in so many ways.
But
So many ways.
I always thought, I had 2 sisters and a brother, and I thought my mother and I was the mini of my mommy.
Mm.
So it was meant to be. Our little girls are our mini me's.
Do you sometimes think that we're like crazy because we're so like
Well, I do have to keep myself in check. Like, Barb, not everybody's like this. Not everyone wants to get it done right now. And if it's done 5 minutes from now or tomorrow afternoon, it's no big deal. It's not the end of the world. I
I
say,
know.
I
I
said-
struggle with I struggle with that a lot. And it's crazy like how I mean, we're both grown women, LOL, but like you're a more grown woman.
a little bit, just a couple years.
Yeah, you're just a little bit more aged, like fine wine or cheese.
Oh, just stop.
Doesn't no cheese like turns moldy.
Just cut it off.
Yeah.
Rest.
Yeah, no, that's what
Okay.
Okay, great. Anyway, what was I saying? Wait, I forgot.
Okay, now we're going to get into our giggling mode.
Oh, wait, hold
We
on.
are mini me's.
What was I gonna say? I forgot now. Oh. Nope.
And look at your list.
No. Yes, I will move on to like the last thing. I'm really good at keeping everything flowing, except right now. What I was going to say is that even though like you're more grown than me, you still struggle with like accepting that like other people function different than you.
Yes.
And so like, I mean, I'm nervous that like I'm trying to like understand those things now. Like, what if it's something that I still just struggle with like for the rest of my life?
You might, but you are aware.
Yeah, no, I'm super aware.
Able to look in the mirror and say, I could probably do some self-improvement.
No, I do.
Versus some people are absolutely oblivious to their behavior and never really are aware to self-reflect. So, you may have it the rest of your life like me, but you can also keep yourself in check.
Yeah. I feel like small improvements like here and there, but I just don't know about like ever being super perfect and like go with the flow and just
Well, that's never gonna
timelines.
happen, but none of us are perfect, but you're
Yeah.
aware of it. So
I
you
do.
just have to keep reminding yourself or let others remind you when you lose sight.
Oh, trust me. No, they remind me for sure. They remind me that I'm a nut job.
No, they do not say you're a nut job. Who are they? I have to talk to them.
James.
James and I are gonna have to have a chat.
Oh my gosh. No, but I feel like it's fine. Anytime like James tells me I'm wrong with something, like he's very gentle with it. That's the gay boy in him. Like he's like probably like the greatest person to keep me in check. Because I'm like, James, like I need to tell you this. Like, am I a psychopath? And he'll be like, yeah, you are. You need to calm down. And he's always like blunt and honest. Like I feel like that's how gay boys are. Like, because I feel like sometimes girls try and like tiptoe and they like want to say what's gonna like make you feel better, but James will always tell me when I'm wrong. Always. I will, yes. He's like, no, you should have done that differently, or no, you should have said this. Yeah, no, he does it all the time.
Well, I'll tell you, something just popped in my head.
Okay, tell me.
Like 3 months ago, 2 months ago, my thing is like having Shih Tzus.
Oh,
Dad and I got Shih Tzus, and then we couldn't decide which one, so we're like, well, let's just get them both. They're small, they hardly eat anything. Well, it's twice the vet bill, twice the grooming bill, but we're young.
you live and you learn.
So 3 weeks later, I got pregnant with twins. So I have
Wait, that's like me too. I got Zoe as a puppy, and then I got pregnant.
scary. So
Twins?
twins.
Twins! Oh my god, you're mini me!
Stop. Okay, so I end up getting 2 Shih Tzus and then 2 boys. And then years later, I end up getting, when I was out on my own, living alone, I got a Shih Tzu, and I decided just one. Jesse and I had
So
to
big of you to choose.
go to
just
the
one.
perfume counter to figure out what to name her, because Chloe and Chanel needed a third perfume, so she was Coco Mademoiselle. Anyway, so just like 3 months ago, I was like, because Coco was gone, no longer with us, and I'm like, I really want a Shih Tzu, and I'm watching these TikTok videos.
My mom needs to get off TikTok ASAP, Rocky.
So I'm like, oh, those Shih Tzus look so cute. And so I really even took notes of these various breeders that are on TikTok.
No. Don't just say you took notes. You contacted them.
No, I didn't.
I thought you said you
Oh, I
contacted.
did.
Yeah, you did.
TikTok.
You lying ass. You did contact them because
TikTok.
you admitted it to me.
But I said that I'll call you tomorrow or something, and I never did. But so Jessie was very, very. I even said to my coworkers, Jessica,
A gentle reminder.
I said she really handled great from walking me back. Because I said, Jessie.
I think I was like, let's list out the pros and the cons.
No, it was perfect. I said, Jessie, I have to tell you that I'm really getting this itch to get a Shih Tzu. And she's like, and then she was very gentle. She was like, I think the cons outweigh the pros. And so I'm like,
For you at this time,
you're
right?
probably right. And so I even told my coworkers that Jessica was really great in walking me back, and she was gentle, and she wasn't beating me over the head like, you dummy. That is the last thing you need.
Okay, I might have been thinking it, but I was trying to.
You didn't blurt it out.
I was trying to be gentle.
Yes. So she is mature. She's very helpful.
Very mindful, very demure.
And counseling. Even her mother. Instead of biting my head off.
I'm like always good at counseling, though.
Oh, no, I think you are.
Really? Wait, should I be a therapist? Should that be my other path? Like if I wasn't a teacher and a dancer, therapist.
Maybe. Hey, this is how we get. I guess it's time to turn the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna start crying too. Babies.
Oh my god. Wait,
Okay.
wait.
Make it a wrap. Come on.
Wait, we are like the same. I'm crying.
If I snort, then it's really time to go. Oh. Okay.
Anyway.
It's tough being sober and silly. All right. All right.
I'm crying.
Okay, stop. Let me see. Oh my god, my eyes are all red. Look how blue my eyes are now. All right.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, what's your
Okay, yes, we will, but you got teardrops on your shirt.
I hate when that happens. Look. Oh, okay.
All right, now that we just had a 10-minute long laughing attack, to wrap things up, well, first of all, I have to say, like, happy Mother's Day and thank you for coming on here.
And happy
Thanks.
Mother's Day to you as well.
Thank you, mommy. Um, Wrapping up thoughts. If you could give one piece of advice to a single parent out there who might be listening around Mother's Day and maybe feeling sorry for herself or something like that, or even the men, I mean, just whatever, single parents in general, who cares? If you could give them one piece of advice that would help them through their journey, what would you say?
I would say, and I remember saying this to Jesse the other day, like, don't give up. You might feel exhausted with burning the candle at both ends and you feel like it's endless, but it really does come to an end because they do grow up and they become adults. And you will look back on those times and you will see that your efforts of being a good mom, good dad, paid off with the product that they become as an adult. So persevere, go through it, find faith if that is something that would help you. It helped me tremendously. Uh, but don't give up and don't think that your efforts and your labor and your exhaustion is for nothing because they will eventually grow up and they will look back and have fond memories of their childhood, hopefully.
Yeah, no.
And so just don't give up. I mean, be sure to take some time for yourself and learn what recharges your battery and motivates you to wake up the next day and do it all over again.
What great wisdom. You heard it here first. Thanks for being on here, mommy.
Sure, honey. I love you.
Love you. Yay! All right, guys. Well, it's time to wrap it up. We need to fill our tummies with some food and maybe some spicy margaritas. Who knows? I love a spicy margarita. Extra spicy. My God, I'm craving it.
No, not me.
I feel like, does that make me sound like I'm an alcoholic or something?
No,
No?
no, not
like-
on a Thursday night, right?
It's Thirsty Thursday. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Single Parents Podcast. Happy Mother's Day to all the mommies and MILFs out there. We love you.
We love you.
Persevere, live, laugh, love, cover girl. Anyway, thanks for listening. Until next time, peace and blessings.